Hello and welcome to TaiwanPlus. I'm Reece, and here's what happened this week. Taiwan celebrated the annual Lantern Festival last week with light shows and lantern releasing activities happening across the country. But beautiful as they are, the waste they leave behind is a headache for locals. As Leslie Liao reports, volunteers are using the waste to teach school children a valuable lesson.
It's a beautiful sight. Over 100 lanterns take to the night sky as people celebrate Lantern Festival in New Taipei. But what goes up must come down, and all these lanterns are destined to fall back to the ground, becoming garbage. While the lanterns are festive, their impact on the environment is anything but. A group of volunteers lead school children through the mountains around Pingxi, where the kids do a bit of cleanup. They collect the fallen lanterns, picking them up off the ground and even poking them out of trees. It's a valuable lesson for the kids.
我们就是在放天灯的同时，没有去顾到自然。但是如果我们有一个，我们去捡的时候又会觉得很麻烦，所以你就不会想去捡。但是我觉得感谢老师给我们，就是这一次可以给我们这个体验。
Volunteers are not only gathering the fallen lanterns, but also breaking them down for easier disposal. The group leader says it's important to teach these lessons early on.
如果可以从小就培养这些环境教育的意识的话，那后面你可能就是长大之后就是一个种子，然后你可以继续再开枝散叶，甚至你不是只有影响自己而已，你还可以影响到你旁边最亲的家人，你的家人还可以继续再散出去这样。
Releasing lanterns isn't an activity exclusive to this time of year in Pingxi. Tourists flock here year-round to take part in the tradition, which means the waste they leave behind is a constant problem. Though this activity only seeks to address the waste problem in the short term, the lessons these children learn here could well stay with them for the rest of their lives. Klein Wang and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
Winning the approval of solid gold turtles is the name of the game at an annual competition held in Taiwan's Penghu Islands. But the prize, the turtles' blessings and a hefty insurance bill. Competing for blessings from the great golden turtle. In this annual event held on Taiwan's Penghu Islands, competitors throw wooden divination blocks, typically used to ask for divine guidance, to win the favour of a 16-kilogram solid gold turtle, worth around $1 million. The winning team is the one to receive the most positive responses from their divination blocks. This year, the Manfu Mercedes-Benz touring team took the win, after narrowly losing out in last year's competition.
去年我们也是跟那个义大金饰，我们也是有一起刮，但是我是跟台湾的朋友一起，然后我们差一个圣杯。
So, what exactly do the winners get? They earn the privilege to shell out an almost $2,000 insurance premium to protect the turtle in its temple until the next competition, and are expected to contribute more gold to increase the turtle's mass for the next year. This event is just one in a series of turtle-themed activities held in Penghu around the Lantern Festival period at the beginning of the lunar year. Taiwan is a hotspot for several species of sea turtles, which represent luck and longevity in Chinese-speaking culture. And though a $2,000 insurance bill might not sound like much of a prize, for the winners, it's a small price to pay for a year's worth of turtle power. Ryan Wu and Reece for TaiwanPlus. Marking World Seagrass Day on March 1st, Taiwan's Agriculture Ministry says 30% of the world's seagrass has disappeared over the past century. But as Irene Lin reports, they're finding ways to save it.
Luscious meadows under the sea, a beautiful scene that's now become a rarity, as 30% of the world's seagrass has died out. For the past decade, Taiwan's Agriculture Ministry has been trying to find ways to save the seagrass around the Penghu Islands, painstakingly transplanting seagrass on the seafloor. It's a project that's now seeing results.
几乎在这12年间，它的面积扩增了50倍。那所以在操作的难度上，生物的本身跟环境条件如果适宜，那其实它是有机会来做这样的一个面积增长的。
It's small in size, but seagrass is essential to balancing the world's ecosystems. It stores up to 18% of the ocean's carbon dioxide helping maintain stable fishery resources and purifying the seawater. Ocean researchers say keeping seagrass healthy is crucial for the environment.
Without that, our entire planet is in severe trouble. Beyond that, pollution is also very important, so protecting our shorelines from pollution. Overfishing can also have very negative impacts on kelp forests.
And in Penghu, replanting the seagrass requires specific conditions, such as seawater levels and water quality. But researchers say pollution is making it difficult.
生活废污水的排放，如果越来越严重的话，就会造成某些排放的局部的区域，它的水质可能会变成优氧化或不适合海草床的生长。
The world's seagrass is dwindling fast, but Taiwan's researchers have found that it's still not too late to help the ocean's metals regrow. Luffy Lin and Irene Lin for TaiwanPlus.
Seagrass isn't the only plant life that needs protecting. Officials in eastern Taiwan are warning residents that tree pruning could threaten a protected species of fruit bat. The government was responding to requests for trees to be pruned along Hualien County's Meilun River. The estuary is part of a coastal conservation area and is an important habitat for the protected Ryukyu flying fox. There are currently just 260 of these animals living in Taiwan, and 50 of them are in Hualien.
县府这2年其实也特别针对树木修剪这件事情去做教育训练，不要过度修剪。那一个是保护树木健康，一个同时也维护台湾胡服它的栖地的完整。
A man in New Taipei is the last keeper of a great tradition of craftsmanship in Taiwan, the making of pine soot ink sticks for calligraphy. John Van Trieste takes us into his studio to watch this master at work.
Chen Juntian's machines have been humming in his workshop for decades now. They turn pine soot and a blend of other ingredients into prized ink sticks, essential tools for the ancient art of Chinese calligraphy. The work is partly mechanized these days, but it still takes a master craftsman's intuitive touch honed through years of experience to tell when each step of the process is done. The art of making quality ink sticks requires constant, close supervision. After the ingredients reach the right moisture and consistency and the air bubbles are squeezed out, it's put into molds for pressing. A seesaw-like device gets the mixture tightly packed in. It's tough, dirty work, and there's a lot that can ruin a batch of new ink sticks.
照顾墨很累啊，因为你要每天去了解天气的湿度和温度啊。有时候天气骤降，你会来不及啊，因为墨我刚刚有讲，它会翘。
This need for constant supervision means Chen is rarely away from his workshop. It's a hard life Chen never wanted. The machines in the workshop once belonged to his father, Chen Jiade. This is an ink stick maker with a big reputation, as Taiwan's calligraphers will tell you.
在我们台湾这个陈家的老师傅，他做的这个手工墨，在同等级的墨里面算是相当不错的。
But his father's business is a tough one with long hours. Chen only quit his job to follow this path after his father, now in his 80s and retired, had a fall. The accident made him realize that this is an art without an heir, and he was right. Today, no one else in Taiwan is making pine soot ink sticks this way. He has inherited rare and elaborate molds used to press beautiful designs into ink sticks, as well as a massive 5-kilogram ink stick he made with his father. But his isn't an entirely one-man operation. When it's time to add gold lacquer accents, he calls on a friend of his who happens to be skilled at the job.
真的要磨耐心，还要再细心，做事也蛮认真的。他有气喘，所以他对做墨这样出力的部分的话是很费力的。
With the help of his machines and his friend, Chen can turn out 50 ink sticks a day. But ready-made ink and cheap Chinese imports make for tough competition, connoisseurs aside. That's why these days, Chen's also turned to other endeavors using the same techniques of working with ink soot. Chen says this way, he's not only able to make a living, but also keep his ancient craft relevant for new generations. Kama Xu and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Taking to the skies now, Taiwan is planning to set a new milestone in its space program by sending its first probe to the moon later this year. Eric Gao has the details.
This little device could soon be on the surface of the moon. It's the Deep Space Radiation Probe, built by Taiwan's National Central University and a Japanese company. If all goes to plan, it'll be on a Japanese rocket heading for the moon before the end of the year.
所以这算是台湾第一次那个到低轨道以外的地方。未来这10年、20年的话，那就是到时候生态空还有月球周遭相关环境对于这些相关产品的需求其实也会增加，所以我们也希望透过这个方式去建构我们的设计跟那个制作能力。
The probe took almost 2 years to design, and as its name implies, it's meant to study lunar radiation and its impact on equipment and astronauts. Researchers will take the findings from this mission to improve future versions.
目前它所吸收的辐射剂量，然后透过多次的那个辐射剂量采样，我们可以计算我们在进行设计跟评估所需要知道的剂量率，就是说我们在这个区域底下的状况底下，每单位时间会吸收多少辐射剂量，这对未来的那个设计或那个载人任务的那个评估的话来讲是蛮重要的资料。
The space race is heating up again, with several countries vying to launch their own lunar or space industries. If Taiwan can make it to the moon later this year, it'll be a giant leap for its own efforts. Andy Xue and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
Staying in the skies, a research plane flown by NASA returned to Taiwan on Wednesday as part of an ongoing study on local air quality. The flight is part of a NASA program that collaborates with several Asian countries on air quality research. The goal is to understand the causes of pollution in Taiwan's south. The flight was NASA's second over the country this month. Back on Earth, scientists are grabbing science by the ball. A team of researchers at a university in Taiwan have developed prosthetic skin that could have wide-reaching applications in medicine and robotics. Virtual reality you can really feel. This unassuming rubbery patch is the latest in prosthetic skin technology from researchers at Taiwan's National Zhengxing University. The tactile black panel expands and contracts on touch, while a new shielding feature takes this technology to the next level.
我是做滑动的动作的话，这个我手过去的时候，经过这个线路，那它也会造成不必要的讯号产生。那如果没有做屏蔽这个功能的话，它会有互相干扰的问题。
By attaching this skin to prosthetic limbs and active nerves, researchers say the technology has the potential to allow people with amputated limbs to experience real touch, and could have applications in robotics and human-to-machine interfaces. All that without needing a power source.
第一个是它不需要电池，所以它可以借由触摸的时候呢产生电力。那我们未来可能可以跟这个神经做一个结合，让这个义肢皮肤重获这个触觉的能力，而且是在不需要电池的状况下面实现。
The team's technology has been published in Nature Communications, an internationally peer-reviewed journal, where it stands alongside other research that seeks to improve the human experience. Eason Chen and Reece for TaiwanPlus. A Taiwanese esports athlete has won an international tournament, bagging $1 million prize. Wang Yuanhao, who plays under the name Umar, is the first Taiwanese winner of the Capcom Cup X event. He beat out Hong Kong competitor Chris Wong in 3 straight matches of Street Fighter VI. Umar thanked Taiwan's gaming community for his victory, joking that he knew he'd win as soon as he heard the prize was $1 million. And finally, a Taiwanese track cyclist is one step closer to going to the Olympics after nabbing a bronze medal in New Delhi. Huang Tingying represented Taiwan's national team in the elite category of the Asia Track Cycling Championships. Her bronze is among 13 medals won by the team's athletes at the event. Taiwan's junior riders also seized 12 medals in their division, including 4 golds, 5 silvers, and 3 bronzes. Thank you for watching Here's What Happened. After a particularly chilly week in Taipei, check out these animals at a zoo in Lima, eating frozen fruit to cool off during a heat wave. I'm Reece. Take care and see you next time.